Over to you, Bhavleen Kandari. You've heard our political panelists speak at this point. What do you make out of it?
This is a typical, Sneha, this is typically happening, and it's not happening over the show, it's happening over the year. So that is the reason we are all suffering. See, they have to understand now what Mr. Gokhale was saying is true. One part of aspect of it is true that this needs an airshed approach. It's not about Delhi. It's not about Delhi NCR. It's about if you need to solve it, then you need to take it, in a wholesome way. There's an airshed approach that has to be, brought in, which is clearly missing. That's why no matter how many bodies and commissions and etc. can be made, but if the political leaders are not willing to cooperate and not work together, and this bickering is going to happen, it's never going to work. We wasted time on smoke towers.
So, Bhavleen, let me ask you one question. You heard Gopal Rai speak today, but if you have to tell the Aam Aadmi Party government, as a person who's been very strongly involved in the right to breathe the clean air, as a person, as an expert who has been on this field fighting for this right, what would you have wanted to hear today?
So, absolutely, they have to work on the sources of emission throughout the year. This is for every person here, every person who's on the government, every government I'm speaking to. They have to work on sources of emission. They have to stay away from this technology, the visual, things that basically it's the vote banks that they are just trying to show visual appeals that wasting so much time and public money. It's not going to help. It's clearly said, there's lots been written. There have been affidavits given. There have been in the Supreme Court case where the Commission of Air Quality Management came in, everything is written there. Everything has been said. It's been clearly defined by the experts. Throughout the year, you have a clear failure of waste management. Everything now, when there's fire on landfills, we'll talk about the fire. We'll stop. Now we are seeing this visually. Another thing which I want to correct, the air pollution is not now. It's only that it paused for these weeks or a couple of months because of the monsoon. We've had over 350, 400 AQI throughout the year. So let's not, only because at this time the air pollution settles down and it becomes visually, we see it, it becomes visible. That is the reason that we tend to talk about it. So that's another narrative which needs to be brought in, that air pollution is throughout the year. We have to work on, like you said about the ridge, we are cutting trees, we are felling 5 trees an hour. This is, we've been saying this all the time. You're giving permission, you are yourself, and then you are, protesting for the other government who's cutting trees. So everybody is at fault here. There's nobody's less than the other, and you have to understand that there has to be a focus, absolutely clear focus on now clean air, and that means no mistakes. We cannot again give like 3 years of smog tower to crowd seeding and then say, oh, we failed and we wasted all the public money. That's not going to happen. If you work on the emissions of sources of emissions, how many citizens are coming on the ground? They're showing you Yamuna, they're showing you drains, they're showing you all the pollution, they're showing you data. That is what needs to be considered. After all, there is so much effort. I mean, governments have money, citizens don't. They are spending their own time and effort and money to show them. And they must, take cognizance of all this that thing. Thank you.
And let me just come in, Sneha.
Dr. Anjal Prakash. Yes, please go ahead. I was coming to you, Dr. Anjal Prakash. And, to what Bhavleen has said, I also want to ask you this question. What would you tell to the Aam Aadmi Party government that is saying that, listen, the green cover has increased? What would you tell to the government that, listen, the fuel for public conveyance has considerably changed? The source of it all has considerably changed. To the government that's making these arguments, what would you say?
No, let me just first correct the information given by the Aam Aadmi Party. First of all, the parali burning which happens, it contributes to 25 to 30% of the air pollution in Delhi. This is the study which was done last year by SAP. It's a German software firm which has looked into the satellite imagery. So just to correct the point, it's not 7%, sir. It's 35 to 40%, 50%, 40%. 25 to 30%, and this is by by, and I can send you the details. It's by the German software firm SAP, and this is all over the media, which has been come and reports are there. My question, my humble request to the ruling party, Aam Aadmi Party here, and and this is irrespective of people of political parties, because these issues are going to remain. This is their last 10 to 15 years. This is going to be much more worse in the future. My suggestion, actually, whatever measures that Aam Aadmi Party representative is actually talking about, it has to show result, right? Delhi IIT Delhi is right next to your corner. Please get the scientist of IIT Delhi, give you the report, let them assess independently. It's not the and then tell us what the results could be. And that is what, in the last time we have together in the panel in your own channel, Sneha, was when the Delhi was reading under water crisis, and I had told them that let's get out a white paper on this. Why not get a white paper? All these problems that Delhi is facing, get a white paper. What have you done?
Dr. Anjal Prakash, one question before I quickly go over to our political panelists. I don't have much time, so one question. Artificial rain or cloud seeding, do you think is a viable option? Is a solution this as we head to the to the pollution cocktail season, literally, the choke season, literally? Is it a solution, or is it just, artificial band-aid or a quick fix attempt, which most likely is going to fail?
Clouds. Yes, Neha. So cloud seeding has a very mixed responses. It is not a foolproof solution. It's one of the many solutions. Only when the situation becomes very worse that you may try that, and success. This being succeeding also will have a lesser chances. So don't put all the weight on cloud seeding. It's one of the many options that you take, but it's a knee-jerk solution. It is not the solution that to bring in permanent solutions for the city of Delhi. That is what I would suggest. And one more point that